super fast on the train tracks in the meantime here. Yeah, bet. Most definitely. I love hitting that roundabout about 250, 260. It's pretty awesome, to be honest. All right, so this train is Bear's train, which with my train and Bear's train have changed, traded places here a little bit. And I think it's full of, like, it has plastic, a lot of plastic, like full of plastic. So what I might do is just like build another train over on this other track real quick, so that we can go up yonder. Beams. Right. Let's start filling the train. We're gonna do beams there. Take all that stuff. Oh, just beams. You know, I don't need as much pipe as I needed earlier, but I do need like a whole ton of concrete now.
So we're building manufacturers over there, right?
We're building manufacturers, assemblers, all kinds of stuff, yeah.
So you need motors.
Okay. Here, hang on. Okay, hang on. Let me run to that factory first. The first thing's gonna be just going out there and laying out like a little bit of train track. Getting a train where we can loop back anyway. That would be nice. Okay, I have acquired a few motors.
How many is a few? Because it's 10 per constructor or manufacturer.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Okay, we'll need the square frames, not the square or just the gray ones.
The regular modular frame.
Regular modular frame.
Hang on. Gonna go acquire some of them.
So then, do you guys kind of have like a factory for everything?
Not yet, but so right now we have like an early game. We'll call it an early. Well, I don't know if you call this early, but this is like right where I'm at right now, Nick.
Yep.
So this is building regular plate, iron rods, screws, metal frames. That's that reinforced plate and rotors. That's what this whole like conglomeration over here is building.
So in a way, you kind of have something for making every step there.
We don't. Well, so that's actually what we're about to go work towards. Is I want to have every product that we can make at this point in the game. I want to have it all automated.
Yeah.
So like this little thing here, that's making concrete. And then like that building I was at before is making a bunch of like copper stuff.
Yep.
So the problem that it's a problem, but it's not. The problem you run into in this game is that you get into stuff that needs 3-4 ingredients to make.
Right.
And when you're doing that, that's great, but you got to have all those things at that one factory. And so it kind of gets to be a lot to have, you know, 4 different things all go into one place. And so that's why I'm like, you know what? Let's just build like a big factory off in the world. That's kind of away from everything else.
Yeah.
and it's going to manufacture a bunch of our products that we will eventually need. So that's
As
kind
my automation, I kind of changed per what I need right now.
yeah. Well, I mean, you're always going to need like wire. You're always going to need cable.
Yep.
When it comes to like your copper stuff, there's certain things you're always going to need. You're always going to need plate. You know, you're always going to need stuff. So
right,
you don't want to like rip it out, right?
Yeah, I'm just kind of, like I said, it's kind of automated, kind of not at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, and you're new to the game, so.
Right, I'm just getting to where I actually can get like coal and.
Yeah. So, for example, this factory here is making basically steel stuff. So we're making encased beams, which are made from steel and concrete. Regular like metal beams, and then steel pipe, which I already have a bunch of that in my train, so I'm not taking any of that. Oh, that's pretty much what this whole like little factory is doing. So the goal, at least the way that the way I think it that we're kind of working towards here, is to have several little factories. Good God. Around the map to kind of do like your base stuff, and then once it starts getting more complicated, then you haul the base stuff to a different factory. So that's the way that I'm kind of looking at the whole thing. So yeah,
That's kind of how I'm doing it, but it's just I'd rather invest my materials right now into making the things I need to get the parts I want.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, because you start unlocking stuff and your quality of life gets better, like a jetpack or the blades or...
Right, faster mines, that kind of stuff too.
We're out of concrete right now.
I just took a bunch out of it too.
You feel like you can't get good at this game until you played a few times? I mean, yeah. And the whole thing about this game and like so many others, you know, there's so many different ways to get to 10. And my way is different than, you know, a lot of people, but it doesn't mean that my way's right or wrong or your way's right or wrong. It's just, it's a different way. Are you riding or are you taking another train?
Can you wait for just a minute?
Yeah.
Please.
What's up?
I know you have some encased beam. I'm just gonna go grab some of myself.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I grabbed some. I don't know how much I grabbed. Actually, my inventory's kind of empty right now, to be completely honest. But you know, that's the whole beauty of this game is there's so many different ways to get to 10, and none of them are wrong. That's the cool part of this game right now, or just in general. So nobody's wrong on their counting to 10. So
I'm assuming we're gonna build that factory out of glass, right?
I would assume eventually it'll get. Yeah, I know where you're going. I'm on it.
Now, did you want to grab the silica that is in the yellow truck?
No, I grab over here at this train station. This train station, there's silica being hauled here.
Well, I've got a bunch of silica in that yellow truck that needs to be moved out.
It's all good. But anyway, silica's being hauled here. See, this is where I'm talking about, like, I don't know how I feel about this, because, like, you got your copper factory basically over here, right? And then we're bringing in pipe, and now we're bringing in silica, and we could bring in other stuff too, like plastic. And it's like, okay, how many things do we really want to bring to this one, or just take all of that plus, you know, maybe the wire or whatever, just take it somewhere else, and then you can have a big building and have it cleaner than what's going on here.
Just kind of train it to your next building, or all your materials to your next building then.
Yeah. Spaghetti belts are wrong. I mean, some people like their spaghetti belts. I don't.
So since everything's starting to kind of require copper,
We probably need to work on our copper or go build a separate copper, like,
Well, we're going to have to run copper to that factory because of aluminum.
yeah. So we need to build a copper ingot factory somewhere.
What I'm thinking, right?
Because that one's about tapped out. Actually, that one is overstressed right now because we're not making any extra wire right now. So any wire that we take is not being replenished.
What I'm thinking, right?
That's
Hear me out.
Yeah.
We take that factory, right? I know there's some more copper we can technically pipe into that.
Yeah.
So instead of, we just increase our copper and we ship it to the new factory.
Yeah.
And we increase that output since we already have a train.
Yeah, there's probably a few things on that roof too that need to. Well, and the other thing is we've unlocked alt recipes now too. So when you unlock alt recipes, that changes everything again. Because of course you want to use the alt recipes, right? So that building needs to get a reevaluation, yes, and finished as well. So like that building may end up with like, I don't even know if we'll keep pipe going there long term. Right now, metal pipes or steel pipe or whatever is being hauled in there. I don't know if that's going to keep happening. We'll see. I don't know. I also don't want to build a giant factory up here and like lag everybody. We are on a server, so that is something to keep in mind as well. So I don't want to do that either. So we collected all the hard drives? No, not all of them. Dear God, no. No, not all of them. We have some. We actually have a lot we need to decide on. We scanned, I don't know, 10 hard drives today probably. And most of them we didn't pick a recipe out of them. So we need to decide what we're doing with them at some point. It doesn't have to happen tonight, honestly. So, but we got a couple of good ones. We got our aluminum one. That left was wanting. And that was the big one we got today.
We actually got both of them, so that was actually kind of really huge for that factory.
Yeah. Yeah. So instead of having to rebuild that factory now, we can just, you know, it's built the way it is. It's done. We can up production.
Yeah, we can totally.
But we don't have to.
What I tell you, it was like 1,700. Like if you really wanted to min-max that factory, it's like $1,700 like that's going into that factory.
Well, and you know, and there's nothing wrong with this. A lot of people, the way they play Satisfactory is they're like, you know, how much can I do out of this factory or whatever? And because we're playing on a server, A, we don't want to do crazy giant builds for no reason. And B, like, if it takes a while to manufacture stuff for the space elevator, like, that's okay. Because the server runs 24/7. So who cares if it takes, you know, 10 hours or 24 hours even to build stuff for the space elevator? Who cares? That's the kind of way that I look at it right now. I don't know.
That's the nice part about being on a server, I'd say. Stuff's still manufactured when you're gone.
Yep. So welcome to Jurassic Park chat. We are out here in the desert. I've never built anything in the desert before in this game, so hence why I want to build out here in the desert. And it's gonna be something. So basically,
You want to get a train station so we can get power at least before we get to.
Yeah. Basically, what we're gonna have here is we're gonna have. I want to have mainline track. I don't have pipe on me to build them. Or in our cloud. That's not what I want. What I want. Grab some beams. All right. So I want to have a mainline track on this left side here because we're probably going to go somewhere else with this track eventually. Yo. First time I saw that thing, and it is wild. For the record, I have seen it. I was in the house earlier. It is quite a pumpkin loaf. pumpkin roll. I don't know what you call it, but it's massive. All right, Nick, what's up? I think you were gonna ask a question. I'm sorry.
So if I would just, tear down I guess, the hub,
Tear down that wall. Yeah.
would I rebuild it somewhere else? Would I have to start that all over again?
No.
Or I didn't know if it's saved where you're at or not.
No, you're good. You think it weighs more than a newborn? Oh, gosh. It might. I mean, actually, it might. It actually might first time, yeah. All right, so anyway, so this is going to be mainline track that runs probably somewhere else at some point. But, that or I might put a roundabout in here, chat.
Because Tony kind of decides on how you want to build that track.
Building what?
Building kind of will be dictated by how that train is.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, we just need like an input line here. Come off of that probably isn't going to work, but let's go to there. So what I'm thinking is that line is not right at all. What I'm thinking is trains come. Hold on. Need to free up an inventory slot here. Trains will be coming into this on the south side, which is where we're at. Everything comes in on the south, leaves on the north. So I'm not worried about our return track right this minute. Stores don't know what to do with the old red box machines. Wow. What would we do with it first time? Why is that not picking that up? I have inventory removed. What the heck, man?
We not research the radar tower?
I don't know. You said that we did, but I don't know.
We should have on the...
Why is that not square?
Oh, wait. I know what's from.
Ain't got no gas in it? Yeah, we gotta back this up. 500 DVDs? Wow. Holy cow. That's crazy. That's crazy. How did I do that, too? There you
Radar
go.
tower unlocked. The tower reveals resource nodes and other useful information on the map in a set radius from its location.
Hey, chat, we have a radar tower now. Left thought we had it earlier, but apparently not so much.
I thought it was something that was in... So what I'm gonna do, this look really weird.
You're good. You're chilling.
I need a train station.
I'm working on getting you one so badly right now. You don't even know, bro. You don't even know. I'm definitely working on it here. So that'll come in like so, and then this line can continue. Next train. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how many drop-off spots this whole thing's gonna have right now. I don't really know. But and the other thing I guess we need to decide is like how long is our maximum train gonna be that could potentially come here?
How many? Are we gonna have multiple trains come here or one train come here?
And you could have a train. You could have a train come here with plastic and rubber because that's from that building. You could have a train come from copper. You could have a train come from quick wire. You could have a train come with steel. You could have a train come with iron. Lots of different trains. Your tracks go wheelie-nilly. No, they don't. Do they? I see it in my head, Kimmy. I know. You know. So that's kind of the thing we have to decide here is like how many. I guess we go way up here and build it, and then we can always put more in if we want bigger trains, right? I do know on the output side, I probably want a pretty healthy train. To be completely honest, like a 5 or 6, 7, I don't even know how many car train. All right, trying to get left power mostly right now, chat. I'll explain what I'm looking at here, Kimmy, or what I can see in my brain right now. Okay, just give me just a second here. All right, left, you'll have power here now. Yeah, you got power out here now. So the way I see this, Kimmy, is you have your main line tracks. So right-hand traffic always on the main lines. These are the main lines. They're going to come in. They're going to continue north past this whole thing. Okay. So we have our incoming track coming in, and then it splits to one train station. And if we want more, we can just put 2 train stations, 3 train stations, 4 train stations, whatever we want. Whatever we want. So that's kind of the way this is going right now.
Ready to watch the map?
Yeah, go ahead. Does it fill in in real time? Oh, it does. Look at that. By golly, George, that's cool. That's pretty neat. All right, what's your question, Kimmy? Why? Is that going to be your question? Because I can.
So much iron up here.
There's a ton of iron up here, yeah.
But there's also a lot of copper.
Yeah. After you make all of this product, what do you do with it? So therein lies another train. Actually 2 trains. So one train, what I want to do, we're basically kind of in like the northeast, we'll call it, of the map, kind of. East, kind of northeast. I want to go probably over here to the west side, north maybe, and have another facility that'll store everything. Because I don't want to put those 2 together. I feel like that could potentially cause lag in the server. So we'll have kind of one here and kind of one there. So this everything that gets made here is going to get put back onto a different train and sent over to the other facility. So the other facility will store stuff that we need in our storage bins. These guys. And then we can use this doodad here, which I can't build, to upload it to the cloud so that we can get access to our stuff anywhere across the map, which is really cool. Think of it as like cloud storage, like Google Drive. And then there'll be another train here that will have filters on it for our space elevator stuff, which is the stuff in the top right. So we'll be able to set filters to filter off that stuff and load it right onto a train, and then we can take the train to the elevator. Some of the stuff goes back to the mother planet. That would be the stuff in the top right. The other stuff we use to make other things, or other manufacturing, or other buildings, or whatever. So for instance, like we make concrete so we can make foundations, right? That's why we make concrete. We make copper so we can have power lines. Basically. So. I've got kind of, like, I have big ideas for this place. But like, well, yeah. It's kind of a whole thing. Kind of a whole thing. It's gonna be at least 2 stories. Possibly 3. This is gonna have trains down here, and then manufacturing will be above. Is what I'm thinking. So. Oh yeah. It may not make sense, but in my brain it does, and it may not work. It may not be like efficient at all. It may be kind of garbage, and that's okay. And if it doesn't work, then well, I learned my lesson, right? Kind of the way that I see it. So basically, just have a giant platform out here, and this is all going to be for trains eventually, or a lot of this will be for trains. I just don't know if 2 stations almost doesn't feel right to me. But then if we go back, then we got to change everything, because everything we have now is already 2 stations for 2 cars. So we'll just leave it that way for now. What I'm thinking. Your power lines might be in my way there, left.
Can be removed. I just set them down to get them down.
Nah, you're good. Actually, they're fine.
Sorry, I'm off on side questing.
I would expect nothing less. There's a lot of questing to do out here, probably. Actually, let's not do that. Let's put it in the center of the foundation and make it look nice, huh? What a novel idea. What a novel idea. Basically, the whole concept out here is going to be, I'm going to spend way too many hours of my life out here building stuff. That's pretty much the long and the short of it, to be completely honest. So, yeah. So basically, a bunch of the other factories that we've already built are going to allow us to build this facility out here. So, that's pretty much the way that's going to go down. So, yeah. What's up? I'm not sure where this track's going to go yet, but it's fine for now. It's all good. Okay. So lots of extra room out here, but that's okay. Okay. I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. So this is literally going to just everything that comes in here, because we're able to move 780 a minute. Like, that's pretty, that's cooking. That is, that's definitely cooking. So, I like that. I like that a lot, to be honest. So that, yeah. So probably what we're going to do is we're going to unload the trains with slightly slower belts, but like, you know, and that's okay. And we'll get on to fast belts.
Oh.
But
so, question for you.
Yeah.
Since we have all this wonderful
iron out here.
Not so much iron. There's some
Everything?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do we want to kind of build a copper? Just
We probably should, yeah.
because we're going to need it for the aluminum.
Yeah. Yeah, we probably should.
Do we want it to just try to pipe it to this factory, or do we want to build like a separate factory and just belt it over?
It can go over somewhere. Yeah, it can go here, basically. So I don't have the aluminum to build the fast belts, but I'm not too worried about that tonight. So we need to set our wall. I was thinking, what if we build this one out of metal? Have you seen the metal walls left?
No, because since we're doing glass, we can't stop doing glass.
No, no,
We
no,
can't
like the corners. Have you seen these metal walls though?
Yeah.
Like for the
We can
corners,
do-
you know? I'm kind of fine with concrete. I'm just trying to get a height right now, and we'll worry about fancying it up later. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
I just need to get up above these train stations a little ways here, and then we'll start laying a floor in, and that's where the actual manufacturing floor is going to be. You know, we could go 10 would get you plenty of height. 7 maybe? Like things by the 7s. And I'm 7 of 7 kids in the family, so I guess that works, right? So let's see. So I don't know if all of this is going to get covered eventually, but again, I'm just working on the height right now. That's all I'm trying to do. I guess if we're going to do it, we might as well just cover it all and do it the same. Do what?
Bring it tonight. I would get the base.
What about a base?
All about that base.
No trouble, right? No trouble?
Go.
Alright. I'm here for it. Ooh, gotta love building with a jetpack, though. It's like the best thing ever. But
You start this hard drive that's going in to the
did I start a hard drive?
can you?
Yeah, you can throw it in the cloud.
It's in there. Whenever you get time. You don't have to.
Oh, I'm putting the brakes on everything to start one for you right now. Right. What's the thing called that I need though? It's right in front of my face.
It's already built.
Where'd you build one?
Down there by the train tracks.
Oh. I didn't know there was one there.
I kind of feeling something was gonna happen. It was gonna find itself, so
It's running. Alright, so all this. Ooh. Oh, that train getting a little close there. You know what? That track's not right anyway. Well, it is, but it isn't. We can change that. Just a smidge. Here. So hopefully, chat. Hopefully by like next Friday, I'll have some like real progress out here, and then like it'll make sense. Because I know that right now, it's not gonna make sense, and I'm okay with that. So yeah. Definitely, it's gonna be a thing. is making all kinds of ruckus out here. Okay. There's a whole different set of scary monsters out here too. So it's quite fun, honestly, out here in the old desert. So yeah. Hopefully. I mean, Jacob, you've played the game. I would kind of hope you kind of get what I'm going for. You know, I'm calling it like a lean manufacturing facility. Does that make sense? So like if there's extra product that's brought in here that isn't used, it's going to find its way out of here. On like a, you know, either a train left.
Don't worry about it.
What did you do?
I was getting something. It's fine.
Okay. We're actually not going to do that, chat. We're going to put a hyper tube in and just be done with it. Oh, you made your own little power station, didn't you?
Yeah, I kind of had to.
Okay. Let's see. Which window should we go with on this one, chat? Concrete or stone? Gotta go concrete, I guess. See what that looks like. Just that's just straight up glass. There ain't nothing. That doesn't give. There's not enough character there. But like something like this has too much character. We're just going back to that one. That works. Yeah. I don't know. We just did the hexagon ones on the other build. Honeycomb. Now we haven't used those yet, have we? The honeycomb?
I would use honeycomb. I was going to suggest that.
Alright, I like that. Except for that needs to be a wall there too, right? Didn't we do a wall underneath like that?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not actually trying to like do this whole thing tonight, chat. I'm just if we lay this out, then make our decisions tonight. Right? And then it's done. Well, that's kind of what I'm getting at there, you know? Matt Alex, I'm sorry you can't sleep, but welcome in. How's it going? Otherwise, you only use honeycomb? Dang. Now I want some honeycomb cereal. Said that since I was like a child, but you know, it's fine. It's all good. Yeah, so I think that's our base there. That looks alrighty. That looks good. Getting Snapchats or something. My phone is blowing up, but I don't like it. Stop it. Honeycomb. Going okay as opposed to lack of sleep. I got you. Alright, so I'm just going to throw a hyper tube in this corner. Just to have a hyper tube. I keep hitting the wrong button. You think, chat, one of these days, I would hit the right button, you know? That day is not today. I have a jetpack, but that's also kind of like way up there. I don't know if I can actually jetpack that high, can I? No. I'd have to parkour off that, which is fine. But we're just gonna go ahead and set up a temporary hypertube here, guys. It's all good. Oh, no worries. Okay, we'll still power off that. It's fine. Let's go. Actually, let's do it. Let's do it nice and make it maybe not so awkward. Not so, okay. Fine. Put a thing in here. We'll do it right. That looks beautiful. Chat, beautiful. It's temporary. It's fine. Temporary. It's okay. Liquid biofuel. All right. The hover pack. I don't have one of them. Unfortunately, I don't have a hover pack. I kind of lost all my stuff earlier. I didn't have one to begin with, but I did lose all my stuff earlier, so I'm a little bummed about that right now. So, but that's okay. And then for the floor, I like having the just the open of these here doodads, so you can see through it. Let's light in. It's nice. So that's what we're gonna do.
Build. Some exploring.
Do what?
Ready to build.
Oh yeah. Makes one of us. Oh wait, I'm building. Oh man.
We have 14 Mercer Spears now.
Do what?
We have 14 Mercer Spears.
Oh dang. Won't last. I gotcha. So the problem with this build right now is I don't actually know how big it needs to be. So we're just gonna kind of do that for now, and like we'll just start building and like see where it goes.
So I'm assuming that. Which way do you want the product to flow?
I was gonna take it from the trains and probably go south, because we may add more train capabilities eventually.
You mean north?
It can go north. Or honestly, it can just go straight up.
So this is basically going to be the train yard, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
This bottom floor.
Yeah, down where it's the train yard, yeah. And if we need more, then we expand it out. Like there's room, you know, we can. Well, okay, we are gonna have, so these are input trains, we'll call them, input 1, input 2. I guess when we're setting up our trains, we'll try to do a good job of like sending half of them to 1 and half to 2, just so there's not like lines. And then I want to have a space elevator train eventually, and then a train like a whole station and stuff for sending stuff to the storage / cloud / awesome sync building, if that makes sense. So, that make sense?
Sure.
We kind of almost need to go build that building first, but we also do what?
I think we do.
You don't think so? Build this one first. I mean, I don't know. It's 6 to 1, half dozen the other kind of thing. Oh, yeah. So I'm just gonna build this out a little bit more. We're gonna have tons of room to work here. Hopefully we're gonna make this as clean as humanly possible. Like we might do some weird things with conveyor belts just to make things look cleaner.
So this is gonna be where you're gonna build things, right?
Up on this glass floor.
Okay.
If we need to go higher, we can always go higher. Like another floor up.
My question is,
Yep.
to make it
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
look somewhat professionalism. Do we want to do like constructors first, then assemblers, then manufacturers, or do we want to do?
We should probably start with like the yes.
The single inputs, then the double inputs.
Yeah,
then
that
the
would make more
multiple?
sense, right?
I thought it would, but I just spitballing ideas out.
The other thing is, I guess we need to kind of decide what we're even making up here. Right? That needs to be a thing too.
Well, we know aluminum's coming here, right?
Aluminum, yeah. We do know that's coming here.
So,
Like, I don't know if we're gonna have anything that's made by a constructor here. Because that stuff should be made somewhere else. Right?
it could. I mean,
Yeah. It was like, you know, you're going to have your steel factory, your iron factory. You're still going to have all that stuff. The copper factory. You're still going to have all your base. Here, let me build these bad boys real quick. We're like even the aluminum we're making that there, the pipe we're making, like all this other stuff we're making somewhere else. Some of it needs to be cleaned up, but we're making all this stuff somewhere else already. Not quite all of it, but pretty much. Yeah. Because this is all your one input, one output. I don't think we make that here. I think from here we make all your bigger the assemblers. We do stuff with assemblers. So like probably even circuit boards will get made here. AI limiters are already being made, but we could move those here. That's the one we need to do here, right? The aluminum, the sheet.
yeah, I think that should be our focus because we don't have any production.
That would actually be really good to get going right this minute, yeah. Okay, so let's work on aluminum sheet first. So the thing that I see that we need is
copper.
Well, we need to decide which way are we going with these belts. Which way are they coming upstairs?
So you need storage down here for the trains, right?
No. No storage. No storage. So here's what I envision. I might have to open MS Paint.
Yeah, please do. So I can kind of
Here, let me build a mock up real quick. Let me go over here in this corner. I'll build a mock really fast. Just something fast and dirty and gross and not actual complete, but just something fast and dirty and gross here. This is what I envision in my head. Okay. So no storages at the trains, but now see that doesn't work because they don't line up. Oh, it's gonna be one of those builds, huh? Okay. Anyway, we can address that. We can stack. We could do whatever. But what I was thinking is this is a lean manufacturing facility, meaning there's not a lot of stuff sitting around, right? So you run a Mark 5 belt. You run a Mark 4 belt because I can't build Mark 5 because I don't have this stuff. Fine. Everything's fine. If I knew how to build a conveyor belt in this game, I would be onto something. What the heck is... Why can I not build a conveyor belt? Fine, we'll build it this way. Golly. Shouldn't be that complicated, chat.
Not a conveyor belt. Like, how hard can it be?
Apparently very, okay. And we have the smart splitters, of course. So you'd put a smart splitter and a smart splitter. Now, you can either go... What the heck did I do there? You could either go right... you could either go right into the manufacturing facility or... What the hell?
Are you doing?
Don't worry about it, okay? I'm just going through it over here.
So,
Okay, so like you have that with belt, boom, ka-chow, boom, boom, ka-chow. Don't worry about this one. Fine. Oh my God, get me out of here. Oh my God. Oh man, and then let's say, so we're gonna have the idea right now, anyway, is to have two main belts coming in. You have one from this train and one from that train, right? Because again, our belts are 780. That's kind of flying. So what you would do is just have another belt up here. Okay, so say you don't need a product that's on that belt, you could just go and take it off of this belt and then use your programmable smart doodads and grab the items. Does that make sense? And then everything on this side coming out, everything coming out of here goes on the same belt. No matter what it is. All goes on the same belt. Okay. That goes all on the same belt. Now, ideally, some of that stuff is going to have to go to the next step of manufacturing, which is fine. We'll address that when we get there. And eventually, whatever is not used by either that belt or this belt or the next step of manufacturing belt is going to go to a train to go to the storage / destroy building. That makes sense?
sure.
It makes sense, right? So you have your supply belts, your main belts. They're going to be mixed freight belts coming from your trains.
My brain hurts.
It shouldn't hurt that much. Mixed train. This is from the train. You have storage for whatever is, being pulled off by your smart splitters. You manufacture something. It goes onto a belt. Let's be honest, all this stuff is low output for the most part. Like, none of this stuff's that high. Like, ooh, we're making 8 rotors a minute. Whoopee-doo, right? You got a belt that moves 400 and 780, like whoopee-doo, right? And then you take this belt and you run... I probably can't even make it. You run your manufacturers off of it. Same thing. If you want storage, cool. If you don't need storage. It's lean manufacturing. Chat, does somebody in chat understand what I'm saying right now? I'm not crazy here, right?
I think you're just crazy. So,
Somebody has to understand what I mean by all this. Lean manufacturing. Tim understands. Tim's just trying to make me happy. Thanks, Tim.
so here's, we're going to probably have to increase our aluminum production eventually, just to give you a heads up.
Okay.
There's like 5 different recipes for aluminum casings. And we only make 240 a minute, but that's the, how much do we want to produce of the sheets? 30 per minute.
I ain't even thinking about aluminum right now, all right? How about that?
Well, you just said like 5 minutes ago that we had to get aluminum up like 5 minutes ago, so...
Oh, yeah, that's right. You wanted to do that.
I mean, it's going to be coming here. It's going to have to be...
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. So I guess the first step is these train stations are kind of built like in the middle. So we either need to decide if products got to run to the north first or run to the south first. Or do I move these train stations? Because that...
So here's what...
The problem is I don't know how big this building needs to be.
I have an idea.
Because the sky's the limit. What's your idea? What's up?
Kind of crazy. I'm going to get this hard drive going.
Oh, we got another hard drive to look at? Let's go.
So what if, right?
Oh, inventory. Yeah.
What
if?
So you got your set. What's the train? That's first train that's going to be bringing in. Is it the east or west train?
I have no idea. These belts are eventually going to end up stacked on top of each other upstairs. And then what we'll do is like the copper train. We won't, if we run more than one train from the copper facility, we won't run one east, one west. We'll keep them both on the same so that the belts are this, So we're not trying to pull like two products off two different belts, or like the same product off two different belts.
Okay.
We don't want to do that.
So let's just say we're going to use the west train for now, right?
Aside, yeah. Yeah, big west train guy. Yeah.
Right. So this...
You can get me one of them hover packs.
So...
Yep. It starts with a conveyor belt, you bet.
Alright. So the product for this train comes up here, right?
Uh-huh. Down here on this end, yep.
We can split it left and right.
Yeah.
Alright. But what if...
What if...
we run all of our finished products that they make to the north.
Yeah.
And it can loop around the factory and hit the second stage to the east.
It's pretty much, yeah.
Is that what?
Yeah, I'm on board. All right, let's get the stuff through the floor. Let's run it, here, let me, I don't have... I guess we're going to build out a Mark IV belts for right now, okay? Because I don't really have a lot of that.
Or do you just want to go do aluminum real quick? Because it only takes... never mind. Let's keep doing it. Just keep going.
Do we need to build a separate aluminum, like, factory thing up here somewhere, but, like, not in here? Because that's going to, that's going to kill if we do that, right? I don't want to kill our belt capacity all with aluminum.
That's going to be the problem.
Yeah.
We're going to have to figure out what we're going to do with aluminum.
And that can go somewhere. That's fine. That could go somewhere else up here. Or it could be its own little, it could be a dedicated train line, too. I don't want to go up here. I don't want to go up here. Nope. I'll go back down. Chat, believe it or not, it might sound like I don't know what I'm doing, but I've been thinking about this for way longer than I should have. To be completely honest. But, like, it's gonna make sense someday. It
Just
really
not
is.
today.
Yeah, maybe not today, but someday, chat. This will all make sense, okay? It definitely will. So we're just gonna run this like way down here somewhere, because why not start on this end and then we'll have a clean slate upstairs. Give me a hole in the floor, please.
Where you want it?
Right there. All right. So that'll come through. Now, technically, we need to get this other belt on, like, with that belt. We need to run them both at the same time. And eventually, this will all be Mark V, chat. We just don't have the aluminum right now. Especially, I don't have any, so. It'll be fine. It will buff. So basically, instead of running, you know, like at the steel factory, instead of running like 3 trains into it, hopefully we can just run outputs from there and then run all the stuff here. Give me another hole in the floor, please. So smart splitters are going to be a humongous thing for us up here. Okay, so what if we run, let's see, one, that, like that. Okay. Left's just standing back like watching the chaos. Ah. Alright, makes sense. So then if we say, okay, all the copper, let's say copper stuff is coming on that left line, and you're going to know what's on the lines anyway, because you're going to be able to see it. Right?
Sure.
So, Bear, we're going to be using smart splitters. And it will be set, obviously, for overflow. Or any or whatever, right? And then if you... So there's going to be a train eventually that'll take extra products away to another facility. Short term, awesome sync. Long term, train with a overflow proof of an awesome sync. Here at this facility. Long term. Oh, I didn't realize I was building Mark 5 belt that whole time. Whoopsie.
No, that was me.
I just used all of what we had in our storage. All the aluminum, basically. Does that make sense, Bear? So, like, if whatever we decide is first year fills up, then the stuff does what I'm doing right now. It just zips on down the line and either goes to the next thing. Because there's going to be multiple things that use, like, say, wire. For example, just regular old wire, right? We might have more than one thing. The first one will have to get full first, and then it'll overflow to the next one, and to the next one, and to the next one. You know, yeah. All right, so what's our first thing we're building here left? I don't know. Leave me alone.
I really don't know.
All right.
I'm just here to hold the donkey tail at this point.
Oh, man. So there's this reinforced plate. Hopefully I answered your question, Bear. I don't know. We have an alt reinforced plate recipe that's plate and copper wire. Plate and copper wire. That would be a good one to make, right? Your output's 5, 6, 5 a minute as opposed to 5. So it's a little bit more. That's a decent alt recipe, I feel like. The problem I don't like, though, is how stuff's not going to line up nice. Because the storage bins are just a smidge too wide. That's the part I don't like. And that's actually why I'm going to go with small storage buildings instead of big ones. So that if we fill, or like more than one product needs the same, or more than one thing needs the same, then yeah. Alright. Yeah, the stitched. Yeah, exactly. I just don't know if I'm going to like... Oh, God, don't stand on that belt. I just don't know if I'm going to like what I have to do here, because you basically... Can I use the H to, like... Yeah, you're either going to line up one or the other. Oh. Why has it got to be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? Oh no, I don't like that, chat. If we're going lean, why the storage? I mean, you have a point, Bear. I guess the only reason for storage is to account for the long train rides. But I mean, yeah, if we're going lean, we're going lean. We don't need storage then, right? Just up it on a string. So yeah, I think the reason for storage was, yeah, the train rides. Is how far the trains have to travel. Surge tank. There you go. I guess the lean is more so on the output side. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. I'm just experimenting, chat. Don't come from my head yet. Experiment and see how ugly this can be. It's like we have room to work with, you see. We do have room. What I'm worried about, Bear, is having too much stuff going on here. That's why I'm thinking, that is just awful. Instead of putting everything into an output storage, you just simply load it on a train and take it away somewhere else. Because not only do we want storage so that we can have stuff to build, but we also need to take into account for the cloud too. So we need to have somewhere where we can upload everything to the cloud. That's going to be in a different building. Make a space. Make a space, and then the belt's going to be even. Elevator left. Yeah, I don't know. I get weirded out by putting elevators everywhere. I'm just saying. That's my thing. I get weirded out by that. So if we go like that. Like that, Obelix? Is that what you're saying? I don't mind that. That's not bad. They're even. I don't mind that at all. Left?
Hmm?
Where you at?
Oh, creating a madhouse over here.
Alright.
I have a solution to one of our problems.
Okay, the only problem is I need to move all this back. We're getting a little far away. And we've poked the bear now. He's joining us live on remote, right? Live and remote.
Live on location.
Yep. What's up, bear?
Yep, live remote from my bed.
Aren't you? Oh, you're. I thought. Oh, you're not out of town yet. That's right.
No.
All right. What's poppin'?
My idea was to stack the two storage.
Okay.
Like you had it, right? And then line both of those up with either the left or the right port.
Left or the right. Okay.
Yep.
Why does it always? I don't want it to auto flip. It always auto flips. Okay, so if we line them up like so, and then you got an elevator, right?
Yeah. So I know you don't like the elevator, but
Yeah, I don't know why. I just have a thing. Now that does stay inside the foot. Well, actually, it doesn't stay inside the footprint still. I'm not worried about space.
no, on the top storage.
What?
I wasn't. I was thinking about taking an elevator from the top storage output.
Yeah.
And then elevatoring down and over, but that works too. You can do that too.
Wait, elevator to an elevator?
Yeah, you can elevator twice.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
I just did.
Oh, wait, so you're going to go up, then down?
Yeah, but with the way you just did it is just as compact as I was going to do it.
Like that?
Go up. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. I kind of like what a mouse has to say over here with the you just offset them one on purpose. Leave a gap in between, you know, for airflow. Actually, if you take that out, what happens if you hit that button? Okay, definitely don't like the straight belt mode. But I don't mind that. I don't mind it. That works. Alright. So
The only downfall there
yeah.
is
It ain't
outside
straight.
the footprint of the assembler.
Even if you line it up on a thingy differ, you're still outside the footprint. Or actually, maybe you're not. Maybe you're not. Hang on. No, you're not. Well, actually, hang on.
Because remember, you're going to have, I don't know, 30 of these in a line.
True. But that's why we came to the desert.
Well, that's also true.
There's a ton of room up here, which is really nice. It's really, really... I'm here for the room. I don't know if you've seen this. I don't know if you've been up here much. But, we could pretty much go... Oh, I just missed my building. Oh, God. Oh, no. We can pretty much go east, like... Well, we can go pretty far east yet. And north is, like... We can go hella far north before we have to go up. So... And, you know, maybe that rock gets incorporated into our build. I don't know. It's all good either way. To be honest, I don't know how much more I'm going to work on this tonight, but this is kind of the concept anyway. So.
All right, well, good night. I'm going back to bed.
All right, have a good night.
Later.
Bye-bye.
But this is the concept, chat. Kind of just like lean, not too crazy, but like crazy at the same time. So yeah. Yeah, exactly, Obus. Yeah, the space doesn't matter, yeah. It really doesn't matter, although why is that? There we go. Yeah, go that way. I have the biggest problem placing. I need the hover pack. I need a hover pack, chat. All there is to it. Oh, left, you took the... You didn't... That's not where you make the hover pack anyway. Alright, what's it take? Everything I have or what's in the cloud. So, let's do it. I think it'll make placing all these splitters a lot easier. I do believe. Is it done yet? Left, we have another hard drive. Yeah, I don't think I would do that personally, but you want to make more quick wire? That's actually, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Then you gotta have copper, and you're mixing inputs, and it's just the whole thing. It's just the whole thing. Oh man, I forgot how nice the floaty guy was here. Oh yeah, that's gonna make that a lot easier placing. Okay, so let's just say I don't even know what we're building here yet, Jet. But let's just say we're building. Don't even know. Let's do that plate first, okay? So, you know, then we have to decide. So we're technically making plate back at the homeland. Which we can still make some plate back at the homeland. That's fine. But then we got to decide, like, how much plate are we making here? That's the other issue with this whole build that we're going to have to decide is, like, how much do we want here? I don't actually know. Like, do we want to run for it? I don't know. I have to figure it all out. But basically from here, it's lather, rinse, and repeat. And then we can go out and build what we want. And then all that stuff can go, you know, loop around somewhere. And actually, there's room over here. We could do more. Do more stuff. We have room. That's the beauty of this, is to have lots and lots of room. And I guess really, you know, the other thing to help with, well, you don't want to waste products either. So put fast belts in here. And really, I could pull the whole thing back a little bit. The only reason I left it over is if we need to go up here off a second belt. Off the top belt, you want to have room for a ramp. So that's actually probably fine. Spacing wise. To be honest. But, yeah. Left is side questing somewhere. Is Left even in here anymore?
Yeah, I'm kind of side questing.
We have. Oh, you built another radar tower? Oh, dude, that's. I didn't realize if you. Or that is the radar tower, is or no?
Yeah, it's the radar tower.
Okay, if you hover over it with your mouse, it tells you everything that it like can see, including one Pokemon. It looks like one Pikachu.
Gotta catch them
It's
all.
a cat. It looks like a Pikachu. But there's 63 power shards in that zone. Or not 63, that's 83. I can number chat, I swear. That's crazy though. Pretty cool. But anyway, so this is kind of the concept chat, and I don't know. I know that nobody, I'm not gonna say nobody likes it, but you know, I think it's one of those things that it'll work. It's just gonna take some time to get it all hammered out and all that, you know. That's what it's gonna be. And you know, just like everything else, if it's not the most efficient in the game, who cares? Because it doesn't need to be. Because playing on a server, we don't have to make it the most efficient thing in the world. So, and then actually we might want to actually kind of build in reverse to figure out some of this stuff that we need over here. Is like, you know, depending on what we build over here, we'll determine, okay, we need 7.5 modular frames, make the heavy frames, you know. So we got to make sure we're making at least that much. So we might actually have to build this kind of in reverse a little bit. What I mean by efficient, yeah, is like you got to have enough there to support these guys, Big Al. But again, if it doesn't, then it doesn't matter because it runs all the time, you know? So. Be really smart to make this layout a blueprint. Good call. Actually, that is a good call. We actually do have the, oh, what's it called? Where's that at? Logistics.
Organization?
What?
An organization?
No. To be honest, I've never used it. Oh, it's up at the top. Okay. I need computers. I don't have enough computers. But this is like the big one now, is what my point was. So that whole thing would fit in there. Like the little guy, I don't know about, but the big one. Yeah, that's true. That's actually a good point. That is a good point, but I need computers and I don't have any in my train, so. Special thanks, guys. All right, so I think we're done tonight, chat. I'm gonna work on this off stream, and you know, maybe like this kind of stuff, I might work backwards a little bit and be like, okay, you know, do I want to try to run 2 of these making frames or just 1? You know, do I want to run, you know, 2 of these and try to like run the numbers backwards, if that makes sense. I think that makes sense. So, but yeah, try to get like computers would be a good one to try to run it all, you know. So anyway, that's where we're gonna leave it tonight. I know this is gonna be a big project, and it may go like way off into space, but we can also put another whole row here too. And you know, honestly, if you're doing plate here, you just put plate here as well, and then your inputs will split. Because you're going to use your smart splitter anyway, so yeah, it's kind of a whole thing. But anyway, lots of thinking to do on this project yet, and stuff to figure out. But Left and Trent, and I don't know if Nick's around, but I'm out of here for the night. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, I'll be back. I'll be back.
All right.
Okay.
I gotta go get me some dinner, but I'll be back. Those of you watching over on YouTube, have a great rest of your day, and as always, toodles.